So this is kind of just an informal webinar. We thought that because it is find out if you feel day that maybe people would need advice or a virtual hug because of soap. So this is kind of a safe space to ask questions, ask for support, advice, whatever it is that you might need. So feel free to unmute and chat freely. I think my program director is going to be on shortly. If anybody wants to bring their program director in, I would be happy to have them join also. Um, yeah, so I have some people from the board here in case you guys need help to talk about things.
So Christine, I see that you filled 3 out of 4, so you are going to be participating in SOAP. Have you done SOAP before? Are you okay with this? Okay.
I have. So I've been with the program. It'll be 3 years this May. So we've soaped twice before. That's the first time I participated in the soap. So it's like, it's intense, but the residents, what's really neat about it is that the residents step up and everybody's like, come together, and we somehow managed to get through it.
Good, good.
I think it's a stressful time to think about all the things you have to do in the next 3 days. But then I think when it's over, you have this like sense of accomplishment, right? And that's only if you fill your spots, because I can't imagine if you don't fill your spots during soap after doing all that work, how you'd feel.
Right.
But I was just looking at the documentation. There's 900, I want to say 900 and what, 3 spots
Something
for
it's around
family
900.
medicine that went
Yep.
unfilled in this match. So
Yes. It's more than last year,
yeah,
unfortunately.
so there's 903 people out there that wanted family med that didn't get it. So hopefully that will help for us to all be able to fill these empty spots and get, some good applicants.
Yes. Hi, Lisa Ann.
Hey, sorry, my team wouldn't let me get in through Microsoft Teams, so I had to get in through the browser. Lots of fun stuff today.
You're okay.
And I see you filled. Congrats. Emily, congrats. Lisa Ann, did you fill?
No.
We didn't either.
I'm soaping for 2.
We're soaping for 2 also.
Out of 3.
Oh, but you're a rural program, right? For those that didn't know, Lisa Ann's from a rural program.
Yeah.
So Lisa Ann, this isn't your first time soaping either, correct?
No, this is not. This is my 3rd year in a row.
Okay. Do you have any helpful tips for anyone here with us online for that may be going through soap? This could be their first or their 5th time.
Don't stress it. It happens. You're going to get wonderful people through it. Every person that we've gotten through soap has been stellar, and several of them have been chief residents. So just because you're soaping doesn't mean that there's not great people out there.
I like it.
I'm going to share my screen because I kind of have
it is our job to keep calm, cool, and collected, even if you want to scream.
Yeah, I have a spreadsheet that I put together, kind of just outlining all the different things that are happening during soap and what time. I don't know if that would be helpful for anybody. Do you guys want me to share my screen and show you that? All right, hang on a second. Pull it up. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I kind of just outlined what's going on at every given point in time during the soap process. So Monday, this is what's going on here. Soap applicants can start prepping, blah, blah, blah. That was today. So tomorrow, 7 a.m., programs can start reviewing soap applications.
Becky?
That's Central Time.
Yeah.
For us on the Pacific Coast, it would be 5 a.m.
Oh, sorry. This is Central Standard Time that I'm showing. So sorry. So I kind of just use this area to kind of give the initials of the people that were going to be doing each of these things. So I'd be happy to share this with you guys if you feel like it would help you kind of get yourselves organized. So then during like our lunch hour, which is noon, um, we're doing a huddle with the people that are interviewing in the morning and the people that are going to interview in the afternoon so that we can kind of talk about what we've seen, what's going on, things like that. And then we're using this 4 to 5 hour to shore up our preference list at the end of each day, just so that we can make sure that we're not trying to get a preference list together with all of these people. We can interview based on this schedule that I'm showing you right now, we can interview 56 people. So I don't know if that's more or less than what everybody else is doing, but this is just the plan that we have set for ourselves. And then Wednesday, basically pretty much the same. We're gonna keep reviewing applications. And then we've got a team of people that are going to get together and interview, and then we're going to shore up our preference list at the end of Wednesday, and then Thursday starts the soap rounds. Now, again, these are Central Standard Time. Um, so soap round one, deadline to certify is 7:55 a.m., which, Lisa, what time is that for you?
5:55.
5:55. And then 8 o'clock, applicants will receive their round one offers, and then they have 2 hours to respond, either accept or reject. And
Which I think
then
is bogus.
uh, it is. And some of them will wait until the absolute last minute to click that button. So you really don't know until like 9:59 my time whether or not you actually have to go into round two. And then all of those people that matched in round one that you have on your preference list, all those people that matched in a different program, they fall off of your list also. So I don't know how you guys want to do your preference list. I know we just put everybody that we interviewed that's worth us matching in our preference list. And then we watch it dwindle down by every single round because some of those people later in our list are matching in other programs. So they just disappear off the list. So it
And
gets
that's
super
exactly it.
scary.
Yeah, I feel like it's better to have everybody on there so you can watch, because otherwise you're going to be surprised when you go to enter in two more people and they're no longer there. It's
Right.
much better. I also have a soap process that I send out to all our people. If people want, I don't know if I can put it in the chat or not, but I can try.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So this will, it goes down into the each soap round, and then when soap ends, and then if you don't fill, like when will you be able to get that list of unfilled programs? Another tab on this is an interview schedule. So I put anybody who's interviewing here on the top, and then I kind of just place the applicant names in here, just for me to be able to keep track of what's going on. This is kind of just for me. And then I download our preference list here just so we have a record of it, and then I can quickly, upload it. Um, and then this is kind of the information that my program director wants on each of the applicants. So I have that in a separate tab just so that I can keep track of that information.
Wow, that's nice. We do everything in Cortex.
Oh,
In
I don't,
Valmis,
I
Cortex
haven't
and
used
Core.
Cortex before, so I'm a little afraid. You'll have to show me how to use
I
it.
used Cortex the first time this year, and my faculty actually loved it.
Oh, okay, great.
So, Becky, I could not attach anything to the chat, so I just
Oh,
emailed it to you. If you can email it out to people.
of course. I'll put it in the chat as soon as I get into there. I actually already set up my thalamus also. I don't know, Lisanne, do you set yours up ahead of time? Yes.
Yeah,
A-
mine was
a-
all set up by Thursday last week.
yeah.
All
So
the
I have mine
interviews,
set up
all
too.
sections, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I usually do hour-long sessions, but we do 4 people, so we rotate. So like 8 to 9, there would be 4 applicants, and each of the 4 people I have interviewing will do 15 minutes.
So we do 20-minute interviews. I have, like, tomorrow, I have it set up for the afternoon, and then Wednesday all day, and we just do 20-minute slots. And the person that reviews the application does the interview. And then if, for example, if it's a faculty member, say Dr. Lamprecht interviews, and she really likes this person, she will ask Miguel to do an interview with them. So then I will schedule them for interviewing with Dr. Lee, and then they can meet with our residents in a meet and greet style session throughout the day. But that's how we work. So everybody, if they want them to interview, they interview with the person that reviewed the application.
Gotcha.
As long as we can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Ben, I see your message. I will send out my timeline. I promise. I will put it in the chat. Yeah, so we do four interviews per hour, 4 people, each one does 15 minutes, and I just kind of rotate them around. And it's my PD, a faculty member, myself, and a resident.
Ben, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, hey everyone. I know this is for coordinators. I'm actually a PD, but this is our first soap ever in decades, so a little bit uncharted territory for me. And it seems like we have very knowledgeable folks here. I'm wondering if I could just do like 3 or 4 questions, but if you guys are still chatting about stuff, I'm happy to wait.
Yeah, bring it.
Okay. When do PDs or faculty give any like description about the program? Because it sounds like you're doing 15 to 20-minute interview intervals. During that time, are you just kind of like talking about the program while interviewing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we also have like a PowerPoint that has information about our program that would have been like that welcome session in a regular interviews, where we can send out that PowerPoint to people so that they can actually get that information just on their own time.
Perfect.
And our
Seeing as this is like
PowerPoint
speed
is
dating.
actually a vocal presentation as well. It's a video that our APD records. And so we always have that. Not only does our PD do it during the interview season, but he also does, it's also online. So in the confirmation email that we send out, that's attached to it. Because in the confirmation email, we also put in all the things that they need to have per the NRMP. You know, the example of the contract, the, you know, where they're going to need to go to apply for their license for internal medicine residents or in internal IMGs. Sorry, they get access to Intel. And so we have all of this stuff that we would give them during the regular interview season. We give that to them as well during SOAP so that we can tell NRMP, yep, they got that stuff. And one of the links on there is a link to the presentation about our program.
Cool. Is there a recommended ratio that people who've done this before is like we interview X amount for this amount of slots, or is it just like as many as you can humanly do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we did 40 last year, and that was for one spot, and we actually matched in the second round.
The first round, about 15 to 20 people fell.
Yep, 15 to 20 people fell off in the first round. That was my program director sitting behind me. Sorry.
Cool. Hey there. I heard and been reading a couple of mixed things. Is it that in the first round, if people were to match or go somewhere else, they certainly will fall off? But I thought I read something about if you offer to people in that round 1, you cannot offer them again, even if they don't match somewhere else. Is that part true?
So
I don't know how that would work
the way
because
that
they would have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. So the way it works is if you have one spot that you're trying to fill, it is only going to offer your top person. So if you have 40 people on your list for round 1 of SOAP and you're only trying to fill one spot, they're only going to send your offer to that first person. So all those people on your list, including that first person, are getting all these offers. So they're going to either be accepting or declining, but the other people on your list are not even getting your offer because you only have one spot. So they're only sending your offer to the first person.
Oh,
If
I
you have
see.
two
I see.
people,
And we've never had it where someone hasn't accepted our offer and hasn't
No, that
taken an
makes
offer
sense.
from
Sorry. It
someplace
was that
else.
it just goes to the one person, so it wouldn't make sense if they didn't accept it. Why would they still be there? That makes sense. Cool.
You can imagine a high caliber applicant with great scores, maybe didn't get into like something very hard to get into. It's going to get like 5 to 10 offers.
Okay.
So it might help you, putting myself where we were last year, to kind of think who is more likely to actually pick us as opposed to who is the best applicant
Yeah,
on the list.
for sure. And it sounds like you guys are running the same interview and same application review is the same as the interview team mostly, or have any of y'all done like two separate teams just because it seems like you're kind of doing both at the same time?
I mean, it kind of depends on who's available. That's how we kind of deal with it, right? Like somebody's got to still be precepting in clinic.
Yeah.
And some of our faculty have their own clinics too. So I kind of go through and pick from the least disruptive people to be involved and like who actually wants to show up for work at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time to help me go through applications. A lot of our faculty have little kids they need to get off to school or daycare and things like that, so they can't come. So it's basically whoever raises their hand and says, yeah, I want to be involved. And then we kind of clear their schedule so they can be here.
And it sounds like
So what we do is we hold since we're such a small program, we hold everybody's schedule for this week. So nobody gets set into clinic. Well, the clinics get put in, but they get put on hold. So no patients get scheduled. And then we get outside preceptors to cover for any residents that might be in clinic and aren't part of the interview process. And then everybody else that's available is either interviewing or reviewing applications. Most are reviewing and interviewing.
I saw in the timeline it's about an hour separation, but do any of y'all have a recommended interval for us? We're on Pacific, so like 5 a.m. we're going to start reviewing applications. How quickly do you start doing the interviews after that opens?
We normally start in either the late morning or early afternoon because I do all the initial reviews of all of the applications in ARIS before I shunt anything into Cortex. And then everybody starts doing their own thing. And then I start coordinating interviews and stuff.
So, I mean,
if we
I
get
guess
done early, I might put in a couple of slots at 10 a.m.
yeah, and with you guys being on, the West Coast, I think it's harder for you because you can get access to apps. But like, I'm sure whoever you're interviewing is already awake, but how do you know that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, for us, we look at applications from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., which is when it opens for us in Central. And my first interview is 8 a.m. So we give ourselves an hour to go through as many as possible. So it'll be me, my program director, and one of the APDs will go through as many applications and click in Eris that we want to, like they should be interviewed. And then my assistant goes in and pulls all those people into Thalamus and sends them invitations. And then I already have Thalamus set up so that they can schedule themselves into those interview sessions. And then my 4 interviewers, including myself, just sit and wait for those to come into Thalamus. And then we just get online and start doing videos.
Cool. Thank you so much. That was so helpful. I really appreciate everyone and the resources here.
It's super chaotic. So give yourself some grace.
Thank you.
Lots and lots and lots of grace.
And coffee.
And coffee. Yeah.
And coffee. Yeah.
And make sure you drink water. I know that sounds really weird, but I gotta be honest with you. Like last year, I don't think I had water until like, I don't know, the third or fourth interview session, and I was literally dying by lunchtime. Like I couldn't even think because we were just all so dehydrated. Constantly talking. And like your phone is ringing also, and your email is blowing up. So just also remember the NRMP says you're not applicants are not allowed to contact you unless you've contacted them first. So don't feel like you need to answer your phone or answer any of those emails that come through on anybody you haven't already interviewed. Just ignore them.
I put myself on I put my teams on do not disturb, and I carefully review anything that comes through on emails and telephone. But if somebody calls in and say, "Hey, I'm available," I say, "Thank you. Apply through Eris," and because they're not supposed to be contacting you individually. They're only supposed to apply through Eris. A lot of people do call, but I just say, sorry, you want to apply, you apply through Eris. We don't give out any other information.
Very basic question that I actually just thought of. When round one opens and you offered that individual, is there any communication that can occur between the program? Okay, it sounds like you can be on the phone, you can answer questions, you can. Okay.
Once you interview them, you can have conversations back and forth.
Okay.
You can give them a phone number to call. You can tell them like, hey, text me or Teams chat, whatever it is that you want to do. Just make sure that you tell them like, hey, if you're going to text me, you need to tell me who you are. Because people will love to just,
Yeah.
they see it as conversation, right?
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
realize you're not just putting everybody's name in your phone. So like you need to know who it is that's reaching out to you. So if you're going to be as bold as to give them your mobile number, make sure that they always tell you who they are so that you don't offer, "Oh yeah, we're really interested in you, blah, blah, blah." And then you end up putting somebody else at the top of the preference list and you like kind of screw yourself.
Gotcha.
You can do, but it's not a violation, but to do.
Yeah.
We didn't, we ended up going to round two. And last year, the guy who picked us, we didn't pick him, but he was number 4 on our list. He reached out and said, "I was disappointed that I didn't match with you guys." And then I called him and I was like, "You're now on our number 1 list." And then he's like, "Okay, I'm going to put you guys too." And so you can do that kind of thing. That's not a violation.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
you
That's
can
helpful.
tell them like last year for round 2, we looked at our top person that we were going to be putting in and we said, "We are putting you in for this soap round." You can't ask them what they're doing, but you can tell them what you're doing.
Okay.
It's the same rules as regular match.
Just remember, everybody lies.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
I
lies.
promise I'll pick
We
you.
don't
No, you
lie.
won't.
Everybody
They
lies.
lie. They lie.
They will tell you, "Oh yeah, I had you on the top of my list. I was really sad that I didn't get to match with you." And then you'll put them next and your thing will go out and then nothing happens.
Like, stick to your guns. Don't buckle the peer pressure.
Yeah.
Because they
True.
lie.
Yeah.
Every time you make an exception for it, you're like, God, I really wish I hadn't have done that. Like,
Right. We did that last year in round 1 and we were so mad at ourselves.
It-
I was like, this
We had it
guy
happen
swore
too.
he was putting us and then
Yeah,
he
it's
didn't.
just like interviews. But one other
Well-
thing, is it Ben, right?
Yeah.
So the one other thing is to kind of have an idea. And last year I had no idea who would be coming through and applying. So it depends on your region, kind of what people are interested, what medical schools might be around. And so have an idea of the people who were kind of higher caliber but didn't get into a harder specialty versus people who are going for FM but maybe were much more marginal candidates and who you'd rather have. Because you're going to have to make that split second, or not split second, but short decision, who I want here. Do I want the person on paper who looks better but maybe didn't get anesthesia or PM&R because there aren't any spots? Or do I want somebody who's dedicated to FM but has struggled with other things?
Yeah, and you
there's
will
no
get-
easy answer
and-
for that, but yeah.
Correct. And we've gotten applicants that were going into EM or OB, and they have made absolutely excellent family medicine residents. And the one that was going into OB, she's going to be family medicine with OB. She's planning on doing a fellowship. So she will be she's a very strong FM applicant. She is our chief for next year. She is going to be doing all sorts of OB when she leaves. So like I said, we've gotten really good applicants through the soap.
Well, thank you, everyone. I'm going to get back at it. But this was an incredible resource. So I just appreciate everyone and best of luck to you all.
Hey, Dr. Davis, can you put your email in my chat so I
yeah.
can send you the information that you need? I'll
And,
send you the timeline.
Our admin team is also watching, I think, under Jesse's account. But yeah, there's
Okay.
my email below.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
thank you, everyone. Best of luck.
All right, I'll send it out.
Good
to
You
luck.
got
Good
this.
luck.
You got this, Dr.
Thanks.
Davis.
Appreciate
It'll be
it.
all over Friday.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
All right. All right. Anybody else that's on have any questions? Are there any other program directors on that maybe my PD can help to answer some of your questions? All right.
I'm gonna finish up the,
Okay. Yep.
we put room for one comment.
Gotcha. All right. Anybody else want to tell us what they do? Maybe you soaped last year, but you didn't soap this year. Tell me what you did different so I can fix my not having to soap next year.
Yeah, me too. Please.
Please.
We doubled the amount of people we interviewed.
Smart. That's what I told my
Yeah.
PD we had to do today.
Yeah, we did not want to have to soap again, so we were very happy not to have to. But we changed some of our questions. We changed a little bit of what we were looking for in our applicants. And our holistic review was we tweaked that a little bit as well as to what we were looking for in the applicants and the number of applicants that we interviewed. So first time in probably 5 years that we haven't had to soap this year. So we're very happy.
Would you be willing to
Congratulations.
send that stuff to Becky so she could send it to those on this call?
Our questions and stuff.
Yeah, like your
Yeah.
holistic, what do you guys look for in an applicant? How did you guys change it up?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
How
can
did
send
you,
that
yeah,
out. We
like how
actually-
did you fix it, right? Like we went through, do we need to interview more people? Do we need to ask different questions? Do we need to, I mean, like we revamped how we pick our applicants 2 years in a row. We keep trying to change stuff, but for some reason, I honestly, to be fair, I think it's a different type of applicant than what some of us that have been here for lots and lots of years have dealt with.
And for my program, we interview a lot of people. So I'm a 12-12-12. So we always plan the interview season to interview 180.
So we're 666. We interviewed 146 people for this year. And that was a lot for a small program, but we didn't have to soap. So to me, that is worth it to do that work up front. We have a whole, like our program director has a sheet that her and I go through and we score each application. And then based on that score, and then our APDs also score all the applicants. Theirs is a little shortened. And then everything gets put in and everything gets averaged. And then you have the interview scores and that all gets averaged out. And that's how our rank list comes out. So it's
we do
nice
something similar. We do
nice
something
to have
similar.
it all in cortex and thalamus and not have to do that by hand anymore. But yeah, I think our definitely interviewing more people made a huge difference for us.
Trinity, I agree. So I think the issue that a lot of us had is there was a decreased amount of applications of people who actually, applied to our program. I mean, our
Yeah, we had to
applications
reduce
were down by a
90%.
third,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of a big deal. I mean, I can remember years when we were over 2,000, 3,000 applications, and now I'm getting like 900, right? So like that's a huge deal. And then when you actually go through and you filter out who actually meets your qualifications, I think my final
Even lower.
amount was like 450. So I mean,
Yeah.
like you're looking at that, and then you're looking at, who signaled you, what geographic preference do they want? Do they have fails? Do they need a visa? All of that kind of stuff. And by the time we got done, I mean, I was down to like 185 people to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a huge deal when you're trying to fill 7 spots and you need at least 70 people, if you do 10 per slot, you need at least 70 people on your rank list. We only had 65 on our rank list this year, and I was really hoping that we had picked correctly. And we ended
So
up having to soak for
we
2.
had 55 for 3 positions.
Yeah.
But we're on the I-5 corridor, so up and down in Washington, and we have a bajillion family medicine programs, and we're all fighting for the same 55 applicants, whatever. And, when you're a small rural program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a math game, and it doesn't add up to the total number that everyone needs. So yeah, because we just have a seemingly increasing number of people who apply every year who are not ever going to be eligible in a million years for really any program. And then, yeah, by the time you filter all those people out, I'm like, well, here's our little tiny stack of people that we can go through that meet our minimum criteria. Like,
right.
So.
And also trying to figure out, do they have a true interest in family med? Because previous years we interviewed a lot of people that ended up matching in pediatrics, OBGYN, like ER.
So how did you figure that out this year?
Well, we'll see where
Everybody
the ones that we
lies.
really wanted ended up going when that comes out. We did much better last year. Only like 2 or 3 of the applicants that we interviewed went to programs that were not family medicine. But I think it's part of the
I don't know. I don't think
their,
it's fair they should be able to apply to family medicine and some other program because they don't.
We're their backup.
Yeah, I don't think that should be allowed. I think they should pick, and if they don't match in their specialty, then they should be able to soap wherever. But I don't think they should be allowed to apply to family medicine and internal medicine as backups.
Yep.
Because that wastes our time.
It's so in their letters of application, their letters of application have to mention that they are applying to family medicine. Like their letters of recommendation, sorry, have to mention that they're applying to family medicine. And there has to be something in their personal statement that explains why they chose family medicine. And if those aren't in there, we don't interview them. And I know and if they took the time to do 2 applications, because they're applying to say OB and family medicine, and they got the letters of recommendation for both, then maybe they do have some interest in family medicine, but there's always that one that slips through that says OBGYN or pediatrics or something. And then it's rare that we will interview them. But that is one of the key things that we look for is their true interest. Because most of them aren't. Let's be honest.
Lies.
They lie.
They do. They tell you, oh my God. And then, oh, I want to do underserved care, blah, blah, blah. And then they get here and you're like, oh, you're on the community medicine rotation. You're going to go work at the homeless shelter. And they're like,
or they're like, I want to do family medicine. Why do I have to do OB?
oh, yeah, that's
Because
fun.
you chose family medicine and not
Wait,
I
have to do procedures? I have to take out toenails? What do you mean?
They're fun. Gotta love it.
All right.
Yeah, when I say that we plan to interview 180, that's how we set up our interview season, but we know between the cancellations and stuff, because we're not adding on interview days. So like this season, we only ended up interviewing like 170 between the cancellations at the last minute, not being able to fill those spots and stuff. And then of that, we ended up with only like 160. No, we were less than that. We ended up interviewing 165 this year, and we only ended up with 143 on our list. Planning, because we had so many cancellations this year, last minute things. So, and our number again dwindled down of the truly qualified people to interview, that it was like, well, we've reached what we can. So that's why I say we plan for a large number of interviews, knowing that as the season dwindles down, we're cutting into that number of what our final rank list is going to be.
I feel like it's a scary, scary, scary day if you have to soak. And everybody's anxiety is super high. And I know that it's a struggle for some people. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys know, like, if you need to reach out, we're all going to be super busy, but if you need to reach out, like, please reach out. Don't throw yourself into a crying fit over this because there is absolutely no reason for it. You have support here, so make sure you reach out if you need something. And this chat should stay live. So if nothing else, if you guys don't have my email saved or um Emma Lynn's or anybody from the board or any of the people that you usually would reach out to, you can always reach out to the chat here in the Teams and I'll get it and I'll make sure everybody else that was on this call should also get those. So
You're not
not
alone. You're
Not
not
alone.
alone. Like, we're all in this together because we're all FM. We're all getting through this. And you're not alone. So it's Friday will come. It will be okay. Just hold on.
For sure.
Yep.
Anybody have any other questions or comments? All right, I'm gonna send out my stuff in an email. It won't let me add anything to this chat for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm gonna send it out to to you in an email from my work email. So you'll get something from rebecca.web@adventhealth.com. If for some reason you guys don't get it, like I said, just reach out to the chat. And I'll send it from my personal email so that you have the stuff that you need. I'll send out Lisa Ann stuff too. Right?
And again, feel free to reach out if you have questions, you need some support, you just need to talk through something. A lot of us here are happy and more than willing to help with that.
Yeah, especially those that aren't soaping, they'll have lots more time than me to be able to help you because I'll be soaping.
Yes, that, but I'm always here if anybody needs a shoulder to cry on or someone to quell the panic, Trinity.
I know. We'll be fine. We'll get through it. Appreciate that though. Love you guys.
Always here. Love you.
Well, and add insult to injury, I'm getting over the flu. My husband and I got like that nasty flu that's going around that the vaccine does not cover. And so probably gonna lose my voice this week, but it'll be fine. I'll just be like a chatty robot in the It'll be fine though. But I was like, at least it was so screwed up. I was like, guys, at least I got sick last week instead of this week.
Hey,
Gotta look on
somebody
the bright
put
side.
Trini, I hope that does not happen. I can't imagine being sick during having to soap, but
Oh, no, literally, it was so I told my husband because he was the one who went down first with it, and I was like, oh God, I'm gonna get it next. And I was like,
yeah.
well, I need to make sure I get sick with the flu this week and don't have a long incubation period.
Right.
So I spent last week at home, isolated, getting better because I was like, you never know how this week's gonna go, obviously. So I'm on the
Honestly.
mend, but yeah, just
Good.
to sort of rub a little salt in the wound. But that's okay. We've soaped
Yay.
before. We'll soap again. That's fine.
Thanks, Emily. Hey, does anybody have someone interested in a PGY2 rural FM spot? Kimberly Brock is asking.
No, but if I think of one, I'll send them your way.
Kimberly, do you want to put your email in the chat?
Where is it at, Emily?
It's Kimberly.
Oh, sorry, Kimberly. Yeah, this is gonna be real fun doing this with Flu Brain this week. It's gonna be great.
I just wanted to clarify so they know who's looking for what. And she may have already logged off at this point.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Put it in the chat. I'll put in the chat that if anybody's
Okay,
interested,
cool.
we'll get back to her.
Sounds good.
Not Kimberly. Here we go. We will reach out if we find anyone. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
anyone
guys.
Need anything?
Reach
everyone.
out. Love you
Appreciate
guys.
y'all.
You are loved.